Good morning, sports fans. Here we are again. I tell you what, it is becoming a slight problem. Uh, I tell you, I'd be on the road if I could, because it'd just be easier. But I cannot get on the road because of this. I'll show you. Look, see this? I have this setup. All right. I want to drag this fucking thing behind me because it just make it easy. And I reckon it'll be easier for me. Because, the major thing when you're out on the road is your stuff getting wet. And that gets wet, bang, you got nothing. And if it's significant rain, I can easily just tag in under a bridge. Just wait, who cares? Make myself a coffee or something. Who cares if it's all night? Just fucking pitch on top of these. It'd be so easy. Not sleeping on top of it, because you know what happens? Under them bridges, every person stops there and does shit. So when you're laying on it, there's just shit everywhere. They put their dog out there, their cat out there, the fucking birds are in the bridge, so you're just sleeping on top of cat shit, dog shit, bird shit, human shit, and it's all mushy and wet. And if it's wet, well, that's soaking into you and you stink like shit. And so, you know what I mean? It's make my life easier. It appears that there are little or few choices. Though, so, yeah. So this, I just said, I got to go on the YouTube or the internet and just see who's done it before and copy it. No one's done this before, this one. So I could be fighting a losing battle. Because no one's done it before. I've got it so close, and I don't want to give up on it, because I have had this idea, right? This idea came to me. The problem is this, that the wheels, right? The wheels here that are the same as a cart would. However, back in the old days in bicycles, you see that one with the big wheel and the little wheel in the back. So I'm thinking of that, a penny farthing wheel. Don't change anything. Fuck that. Just buy the carrier wheel one, and then stick it on what I've already got. So it's raised at the front on the bigger wheel. I reckon it'll make it easier. It'd still be very difficult, but it's got to make it easier than that. Because to have that, you need some sort of like Elon Musk thing, like this thing thinking how to turn the wheel as you turn and mapping the terrain ahead and all this stuff. But, yeah, it can articulate the wheel. It can't now because of the angle on the bike. And what I was trying to do is get it that this coupling here, when the bike leans, it can lean, but when the bike leans, it actually turns this wheel slightly. Though, like they say, the resistance in these fat little wheels is enormous. But if I had the penny farthing, and then the weights shifted back further on the wheel, so it's so worth it. And those things aren't much, and I can just plop that straight on these wheels here already. It's kind of like worth having a go doing that. I've been thinking like to have this, right, and then separate articulation there. None of this stuff's, it's only aluminium, but it's easy for me to do, mate. But like this, and have the other one on the other side. So you'd have this like a trailer, and that'd all work out. I get this one, and that'd all work out if you just had two wheels, kind of thing. It would be, like this, like that. That would all work out if you just had two wheels. But two wheels, I got my towel on. Yeah, and then I see on the YouTube, narcissists walk around naked. Like, fuck, I'm a narcissist. I'm no fucking narcissist. I'm the victim of a narcissist, you dirtbag assholes from hell. I'm thinking of my loved ones. Not that loved one. I love that one. But, it's rare. So, yeah. So, because I got this thing almost looking nice. I just got to figure out a few things because, I have put this on there. This one. This one. But, if it's illegal, it's not connected. But what I'm thinking is that if I don't do this, if I go out there on the road and I don't have that it can work, and then somehow, I may go into another state where they allow that, and then I don't have it. And how am I going to do it out there in the bloody bush? It's like very difficult. So, so I have it, but is having that going to be illegal? I don't know. And then I, like, you see, I got the handle. I can just extend that handle out, so like cruise by, and then simply just get the seat, and shove it back down here like this. Now I can just sit there, and if I had pedals up here, the feet posts, I could fold them out here and just fucking sit there and ride the whole bike with this. If they allowed it, if they fucking allow that, that would be so much better. But they won't. You got to pedal and all this shit. And to pedal it, you can't pedal it from back here kind of thing. Well, you could, you know what I mean? But, this is ridiculous. And then you see people, they're just on a scooter. And they got one of these. So why can't I have this on the bike? I really still don't understand it. I'm scratching my head. Is it so... I don't know. Where's the point? So they don't get revenue from... Because people are just going to have these fucking things? Fuck that car. I don't need that. That's like draining all my money away. I can have just this for like price of a set of tyres on the car. Like that. And then I don't have to pay that registration, which is enormous, and insurance and everything. Makes you wonder. Really makes me wonder. But cars are expensive. You have a car, that is a major bloody expense. And then you can buy your house, say a little village, and have your work there, or even your work now as it's happening in your own house. And like the guy said, where I'm trying to look for a solution, you could just drag this, to get anything. Or if you had to go, and you don't even have to stay at a hotel, you just drag this and pitch this fucking asshole. That's all very cheap. Because, you know what? People that have money, this is what they do. They do this. They penny pinch the living hell out of everything. And that's how they get money. And then you see, right, in this country, in the Western country, in Australia, even the Chinese people are here have the, they have to buy $5 million to come here. So they got this already, and then they're just super at this one. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's a big problem for me, though. How I can achieve this, I don't know. I'd rather these little wheels, though it's difficult for these wheels to turn, because quite often, that's why I got on the carpet there, so I can feel the resistance. So there's resistance. It's like, you can turn that if you're just dragging it with your hand, but not by just a little quavering of the bike. It's like, but I did just think that if it was penny farthing, the big wheel on the front, I may be in with more of a chance because there's less resistance to the turn. And then that bigger, fatter wheel can take the weight better. That's how I see it. And then too, it'll be angled, so it's not on the angle, not on the ground so much. And the weight, and because the weight's dissipated back on the back wheels, the bigger wheels are lighter on the front, so they'll turn easier. It's a bit of a worry. And then you got to have it like this, like articulated, and then up to the back. Because there's no other way. You got to get past this wheel, and there's no other way to get past the wheel. That they say just put it on the seat post. But I've extended this out, see, with a few items of cheap buying. This is a computer stand thing, but it's very thick. And then this is I don't know, something off of that, just the under of that. But I got it already coming off here, and now I got to somehow get it that working. Because you have to, when you turn the bike, with some reasonable arc, you have to be able to turn. And these days, you can't just be a stunned mallet, and something gets in your way, you might want to just go quickly around it. The only real solution would be to have, like, self-steering thing in these wheels. Maybe an electric motor on each wheel, and it varies the rate of the turn. It would be good to have this powered, but probably going to be illegal. Yeah, and that would be simpler if you could power this. But what can you do? I tell you what, could be an idea for that Elon Musk. You know what I mean? To do this on the front, and you just buy this setup and bolt it on to anything that you drag, and just operate off the bike. Then that guy could do that so easy, and then sell them. But that would be a solution. But you need that kind of technology and backup. But I'm highly now thinking what is it? Penny farthing. I just want to get out on the road. Can't stand being in the city. All this fucking electricity stuff and that. And it's worse now, you know what I mean? No one acknowledges it. And I haven't said it yet because I don't know whether, a ray of bottle lightning might come out of the sky and zap me. So, yeah. But I'm very